How the hell are all of you motherfuckers? How you guys doing? So this isn't going to be a show. So what I want to do is talk about, uh, I guess, some of the books I backed on Patreon, and yes, even Kickstarter. I'm a fan of a lot of different artists, and I don't really hold anything against Kickstarter, except for they're kind of pricks when it comes to anything that they're kind of political. Okay, let's just put it that way. So, but what I recently got, because I am a fan of cartoonist kayfabe, and I am one of the people that contribute to the kayfabe effect. So whenever I see something that's really badass on their show, I immediately go and hunt that bitch down. And it's led to me not really being a Marvel or a DC fan anymore. It's led to me, well, still being a fan of older Marvel and DC, but not really seeking out that kind of stuff so much anymore, I guess. Because I've always been a fan of like indie books, but indie books that kind of made a mark on the mainstream, like Dawn, Vampirella, kind of stuff like that. What Cartoonist Kayfabe did for me was they opened my eyes to more of stuff that's really underground, but really, really good. Like one of the ones that took me fucking forever to go ahead and find was Chang, right? Dragon Chang. And that book is so fucking amazing. Anyway, when I found out that Jim Rugg was putting out a book, honestly, I wasn't really a fan of Jim's art. Well, I didn't really know his art. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't experienced with his artwork. He I mean, I've seen some of the stuff that he did, like Street Angel. I never read Street Angel. I just seen promo art for it. Because Image is another one of those companies that I consider to be mainstream, but I've recently proven myself wrong on that. Like, but by seeking out some of these creators that were really underground that actually went to Image after some time, and so yeah. So what I did was I took a chance on Octobriana 1976. And I gotta be honest, I mean, what put me off on it at first was the page count. Like, the page count really wasn't that high. And I was kind of put off by that because I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I should do it because, and some of the promo art looks good, but I wasn't sold on it. But then I kind of convinced myself. I was like, just take a chance, dude. Just take a chance and try it. Just try it. So I did. And it came with this cool little, print. It's a black and white print of Octobriana. Now, what I have to say is, after looking at this and reading it, I have to say that I'm now a fan of Jim Rugg. And the reason is because Jim Rugg is one of those artists that, when he did this book, it was playtime. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like he has a style that goes through the book, but he also he really played with the design of each page and how. I mean, look, dude, this page, it's a 3D page, dude, out of nowhere, just right in the middle of the fucking book, just 3D, right? And I'm like, that is so weird, but it's really, really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the whole book doesn't really fit into, I don't know who colored it. Let me see, who colored this? Did Jim color this? I think Jim did all the artwork for it. I'm pretty sure he did. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I don't see any other credits on here for for coloring or anything like that. I think Jim did everything, and it's just pages like this. I mean, it's so punk. You know what I'm saying? And the colors. I mean, when he said he was putting out a blacklight book, I didn't really understand what he was talking about. Like, I know Dawn put out a blacklight cover, like way back. Joseph Michael Linzer put out a blacklight cover, but I really wasn't sold on it until I got. But when I got the book in, I was blown away, dude. I mean, it's crazy how good this book is. Now the story, I gotta say, the story is, it's all right. It's not bad. It's not. I mean, it's not fucking Hemingway, but it's not bad at all. But oh my god, dude, this book is visually the only other book I've ever been so captivated by the art that I really wasn't able to kind of keep up with the story too much. I mean, was Electra Assassin. You know what I'm saying? Like, that book was the art was so good, and your brain, as far as an artist goes, like, your brain doesn't get tired from page to page. Like, there's no point in there when you're like, when you kind of doze off on the art, and then you have to concentrate on the story. Like, Electra Assassin is maybe one of the best books out there, dude. Like, completely. If you're a fan of Sam Keith, go look at an Electra Assassin, because I'm telling you, dude, like, that is the shit, son. Because, I mean, that's where Sam Keith got a lot of his. I'm pretty sure that's where Sam Keith got a lot of his shit from. Anyway, so back to Octobriana, 1976. This book, from a design perspective, you can't beat it. And from coloring, like, I don't think there's any flesh tones in this book whatsoever. And which, I mean, that kind of makes sense, since it's it's a black light book. Like, the whole book is black. Like, you can put it under a black light. I mean, it's neons. But, and I don't even know how he did that either, because usually printing is 4-color process. Like, I fucking have no clue how he got somebody to do that. I mean, it's crazy. Look at this, dude. I mean, this is crazy awesome. Like, Jim, I'm a fan, dude. And I'm going to try and like, find more of your stuff. But if you put out another book like this, dude, I mean, oh my god, dude, this is so incredible. Like, hats off, brother. From one artist to another, you knocked it out of the park, son. And Ed, like I said, I wasn't a fan of either one. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of either one of your art styles. I mean, Ed, I'm talking about Ed Piskor, the co-host of, Cartoonist Kayfabe. I know you did an X-Men, like, fucking, I can't remember the name of it. I'm sorry, dude. Look, I got a bad memory. I do one thing really well, and that's art. You know what I'm saying? But I know you did, like, X-Men, like an X-Men book. And I was interested in it, but I don't think I want to see that X-Men book, because I know you probably had, like, limitations and shit, and they said, you can't do this, you can do this, but you can't do that with X-Men because Marvel's a prick. But I will be looking up some of your old work in trying to, like, get a collection going of both you and Jim's stuff. And yeah, dude, like, I fucking love this. This is fucking awesome, and it's definitely gone into my bin back here. I know my office is a mess, but I've been knocking out pages and paintings and shit like that like crazy, dude. But yeah, so it's gonna be going into my special collection bag here of cartoonist kayfabe titles that I got turned on to. Anyway, look, if you're a comic collector, do yourself a favor. It's in demand right now. I don't know if it's a different thing than in demand. Kickstarter has something completely different on there than in demand. But go find Octobriana 1976. Like, this, if you're an artist, from an artist standpoint, you're gonna fucking dig it, dude. Like, this is the shit. All right, I'm fucking out of here. I got shit to do. I got pages to knock out. And yes, maybe even comics to read. So you guys take it easy. I love every motherfucking one of you. Take it easy.